Now at 5, 2 people are arrested in Parsons, Kansas after authorities find a pipe bomb. Plus, Missouri Southern partners with an organization aimed at suicide prevention and
the Supreme Court weighs arguments in a case some say could limit artists' free speech. I'm Michael George with how a fight over Andy Warhol's work could change centuries of copyright law.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Authorities in Labette County, Kansas have arrested 2 people after finding an explosive device in a vehicle. This is KOAM News at 5. Yesterday evening, Labette County deputies were called to 3803 West Main Street in Parsons about a suspicious SUV. Police say when deputies arrived, they found 3 people coming out of a storage unit that did not belong to them. While searching the SUV, authorities say they found a pipe bomb. 2 of the people, Daniel Mitchell and Holly Van Winkle, were arrested on active warrants. Mitchell is also charged with criminal damage, criminal use of explosive, and attempted aggravated escape from custody. Van Winkle is charged with drug possession. Missouri Southern partnered with Active Minds to send silence packing today in the Oval. Active Minds is a suicide prevention nonprofit working to change the culture around mental health. The Send Silence packing display features stories of those who are affected by suicide. Those stories are attached to backpacks that are then laid out across the lawn and hallway for students to read.
A display like this starts conversations, starts to change the conversation, change the culture around people talking about mental health and suicide. And we're really trying to get rid of some of the stigma that sort of prevents people from talking about mental health and suicide.
If you're in crisis or thinking about suicide, you can text BRAVE to 741-741. Missouri Southern today also hosted an Internship Expo. It was a chance for businesses and organizations to meet with students and alumni who might be looking for professional experiences. Officials say internships have been a great way to help students develop the skills they need for a career.
This is a great opportunity for them to connect with regional employers who want to hire them. And so that's why I love my job and I love career services, because it gets to connect students to employers who want to talk to each other. So whether someone's recruiting for criminal justice or mental health or any other sector in between, we provide an avenue for that conversation to happen.
The expo took place on the 3rd floor of the Billingsley Student Center. A lot of parents are unsure where to start on how to prepare their child for pre-K. KOAM, along with the Alliance of Southwest Missouri, is providing a series of reports on childcare. This evening at 6, we're going to hear from Joplin early childhood experts on some tips for transitioning from home to pre-K. Right now, let's check in with Doug Hetty for a first look at the weather.
Well, we got some showers and thunderstorms into the region during the morning hours. They were quick. They packed a little bit of a punch, but not a ton of rain, but we'll take what we can get. 16/100ths of an inch puts us only at about 3/10 of an inch for the month so far. So we could use a little bit more, but these storms drove in early this morning, right through southeastern Kansas, right through the metro, and then into southwestern parts of Missouri. So at least we got something. All these storms are gone now. We do have a little deck of clouds moving into northern parts of Kansas, so we'll have partly cloudy skies as we go through the overnight hours for us tonight. 73 in Stockton, 74 at Grand, 77, a little bit warmer in Chanute, but the winds have been kind of strong throughout the daytime hours. We have these northwesterly winds at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. These are going to diminish a bit for us tonight, but pick up again tomorrow. So we have red flag warnings in effect tomorrow. Through the evening hours, 71 at 6, 62 by 8, bottom out at 47. Of course, we'll look at the next few days coming up in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. The Supreme Court today talked about art. The justices are hearing a case about the artist Andy Warhol and whether he illegally copied another artist's work. Michael George reports on what's at stake.
They're among Andy Warhol's most iconic portraits, the silkscreen images of Prince. When the musician died in 2016, Vanity Fair put one of them on its cover. The image was based on a 1981 photograph by Lynn Goldsmith. She sued Warhol's foundation, claiming copyright infringement.
What is the reason or justification to take another's copyrighted work? The reason can't be to avoid paying the customary price.
The foundation argues the use of Goldsmith's photo was legal because Warhol's changes to it were transformative, a point Justice Samuel Alito said can lead to a lot of dispute.
If you called Andy Warhol as a witness, what would he say was the purpose of the message or meaning of his
I wish I could answer that question. He's not with us, as you know, Your Honor.
I know.
A district court ruled in 2019 in favor of Warhol, saying the works were protected from copyright claims because they convey a different meaning from the original. But an appeals court reversed that decision, saying judges aren't art critics. If the Supreme Court agrees, law professor Paul Shinall says it could throw a chill over the art world.
And what's at risk here is the ability to take a pre-existing work, especially if it's a visual work, and build upon it.
The justices did find some lighter moments when Clarence Thomas revealed his musical tastes.
Let's say that I'm both a Prince fan, which I was in the 80s, and
No longer.
But it's serious business. If it loses its case, the Warhol Foundation could owe Goldsmith millions in fees and royalties. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Still ahead, how fast is fast food?
A new report weighs in on the drive-through wait times at fast food restaurants. I'm Wendy Gillette. I'll tell you the results.
And next in Health Watch, how some healthcare providers are helping lower the risk of diabetes among a vulnerable community. Topping today's Health Watch, there's growing evidence that hot flashes are not just uncomfortable, but stress the heart and could lead to a heart attack or stroke. New research being presented at the annual meeting of the North American Menopause Society shows women with more frequent hot flashes are more likely to be at increased risk of cardiovascular disease, which is the leading cause of death in women. A UK study finds non-premature babies born below the 25th percentile for weight are more likely to have developmental concerns. Researchers tracked the development of more than 600,000 infants and found smaller babies were at the greater risk of having delayed motor and communication skills as toddlers. This Hispanic Heritage Month, health experts are pushing diabetes prevention. Research shows Hispanics are more likely to develop type 2 diabetes than non-Hispanic whites. Deborah Alfarone shows us how healthcare providers are helping one Hispanic community lower their risk and prevent the disease.
Inside Tyler Heights Elementary School in Annapolis, Maryland, these women are dancing to try to lower their risk of developing diabetes.
Latinos are just genetically more likely to get diabetes. You have social determinants of health, which is key. Access to healthy foods, access to being able to go out and exercise.
Community health provider Alexa Moran runs this diabetes prevention program for Luminous Health. It's funded by a 2-year grant from the state. She also educates this group about making healthier food choices. Ana Racino says she's learned it's healthier to eat whole grain rice. Moran says the idea for the program came to her while managing a pop-up vaccine clinic during the pandemic.
It created an opportunity to ask those people, what do you need, what are you looking for, and to really see all of that they were struggling with, like no meds, no access to health care, and all of these other social determinants of health that really became apparent.
For 400 years, we've been at this work, right? And disparities still exist. We have to be intentional and deliberate in acknowledging those differences and making that a part of the way that we deliver care.
Taking a step closer towards prevention while embracing their unique needs. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Annapolis, Maryland.
With the help of an $8 billion push by the Biden administration focused on nutrition, the National Hispanic Medical Association is educating health professionals on health diet plans. And the YMCA is expanding its diabetes prevention program to dozens of new communities all across our nation. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, our pet vet on call.
Hi, I'm Dr. Eva Dudek from Parsons Pet Hospital. Coming up, we're going to talk about fish and them feeling pain.
Plus, the winds are going to pick up once again. We're going to look at that in your forecast for the rest of the week coming up. Well, of course, we got some morning showers and thunderstorms across the region. Then we broke out, saw sunny skies, and it's turned out to be a really nice afternoon. Plenty of sunshine. This is Indigo Sky Casino and Resort just west of Seneca, Missouri. Looks good. Clear skies out there, and we're going to continue to have pretty much clear skies as we go through the evening hours behind this band of showers and thunderstorms that we had earlier today. The clouds actually worked out pretty quickly. We didn't get a ton of rain, but at least we got some rain. But some of these storms, they actually packed quite a punch as they worked through earlier this morning, drove into southwestern parts of Missouri. Even had a couple severe thunderstorm warnings. All right, rainfall totals past 2 days where you see the green anywhere from a half an inch to a quarter of an inch to a half an inch, and the lighter colors mainly about a quarter of an inch. So not a ton, but some, which is always good news. 74 in Carthage, 74 in Pittsburgh, Independence 77. We have Miami checking in at about 74 degrees, but it's been windy. Not as windy as what we had yesterday, but the winds are going to pick up a bit for us tomorrow. Northwesterly winds kicking in now at about 5 to 15 miles per hour. 74 right now. The problem here is when the winds pick up, look at our humidity. It's dropping. So, of course, that's why we're going to have a fire danger with a red flag warning in effect for us tomorrow. Through the evening hours, clear skies, 71 at 6, 62 by 8, 58 by 10. We'll dip back to about 47 later on tonight. Nothing going on here. All the storms from earlier, these are gone. Southeastern parts of the U.S. Another little wave spinning across the northern plains. We'll get a few little clouds in here later on tonight. Besides that, pretty quiet. But look at this big storm system wrapping up over the next few days. Now, in the new pattern, this is going to give us a lot of Arctic fronts as we get into the winter, but no big storm systems out to the west, so we're going to stay pretty quiet over the next few days. Let's break this down. Let's go through the overnight hours tonight. A few clouds kind of in and out of the region, mostly clear in the morning. Temperatures kind of cool, mid-40s. The winds are going to pick up as we get through the afternoon. Mid-60s by noon. I think most of us near 70 for an afternoon high. Here's your day planner. 48 at 7, 66 by noon, 69 by 5. Northwesterly winds 10 to 20, but gusts are going to be higher than that. Tomorrow night, pretty much clear skies. Once again, we dip back, low to mid-40s, so kind of chilly by Friday morning. Friday afternoon looks pretty good as well. A little bit warmer as we warm into the upper 70s for highs. But look at the wind gusts. So these will start out pretty light in the morning and then pick up through the day. And with the low humidity, we got red flag warnings in effect tomorrow. That means you don't want to burn if you're going to be outside. I don't think your trash can will go too far, but still kind of knocked over once again for us tomorrow, so watch out for that. 70 tomorrow, alert day due to the red flag warning. 79 on Friday, may get a few morning showers on Saturday. Overall, looks pretty good. And then we actually cool down a bit as we go through early next week. And unfortunately, not much in the way of rain chances over the next week or so. So, I mean, at least we got the rain today, but we need some more.
Yeah, very little, and not everybody got even that.
That's right.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up, what a new survey shows about fast food drive-through wait times. First, though, we honor a local veteran. Troy Kaufman served in the U.S. Navy from 1942 to 1945. The Riverton, Kansas native was stationed in Korea and Japan, and we salute Machinist Mate Second Class Troy Kaufman, a four-state hero. Topping today's Consumer Watch with fears of a recession on the rise, the International Monetary Fund has downgraded its world economic outlook for 2023. It now projects the global economy will grow just 2.7%, down from the 2.9% it estimated in July. It projects the U.S. economy will grow just 1% next year. The IMF listed Russia's war on Ukraine and chronic inflation among the reasons for its dimmer outlook. New survey ranks the nation's top drive-through restaurants for speed, accuracy, and overall satisfaction. Drive-thrus surged in popularity during the pandemic because of dine-in closures. Wendy Gillette reports from Union, New Jersey.
When it comes to picking up a quick bite from the comfort of your car,
Hi, welcome. Taco Bell, how's your day going today?
Taco Bell may be the way to go. Just ask Roger Lawson.
It's usually quick though. It don't take that long. It depends.
The fast food chain, known for its tacos and chalupas, topped QSR Magazine's annual drive-through survey for speed of service, with an average wait time of just under 4 minutes. Dunkin' Donuts and KFC came in second and third, while Chick-Fil-A was rated the slowest. Researchers say the chicken chain's popularity has customers waiting close to 6 minutes for a meal, with an average of almost 5 cars in its drive-through lanes.
The service, right now, I give it thumbs down.
The wait is often so long at this Chick-fil-A drive-thru in Union, New Jersey, it causes traffic backups and even led to a lawsuit. Joshua Kettles ordered inside to avoid the estimated 30-minute wait.
The line is way too long. If I just go in, then you could just relax and I have to go through all people cutting you off.
And it's not an isolated situation. This Chick-fil-A drive-thru in Santa Barbara, California was almost designated a public nuisance due to customer vehicles blocking nearby driveways and sidewalks for years.
I've seen people go into Chick-fil-A in the exit, and I've also seen them park across the street in my lot.
What Chick-fil-A lacks in speed, it made up for in some other categories, tying Carl's Jr. for friendly service and customer satisfaction. In terms of getting the food right after saying, "May I take your order, please?" McDonald's and Arby's tied for the top spot. Wendy Gillette, CBS News, Union, New Jersey.
The survey of more than 1,000 drive-thrus also found many of them operated about 10 seconds faster than last year. One of the nation's biggest banks is branching out into cryptocurrency. The Bank of New York Mellon Corporation, also the oldest bank in the U.S., announced the launch of its digital asset custody platform. It's the first major U.S. bank to allow select clients to hold and trade Bitcoin and either on the same platform as their traditional holdings. Our pet vet on call next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, Alex Jones is ordered to pay nearly $1 billion to the families of Sandy Hook victims. Then on KOAM News at 6, a Missouri man is charged with kidnapping a woman and holding her captive for a month. Plus, we're going to have more on the challenges parents face preparing their child for pre-K. And Missouri Southern hits the road this weekend to face Central Missouri. We're going to hear from the Lions. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. A lot of us love to fish and might have wondered a bit about this. Today's question for our pet vet on call: do fish experience pain in the way mammals do?
It is a general consensus of all experts across the board that yes, fish do feel pain. It just may not be to the same degree that we do. There are some differences in their neuroanatomy that suggest there might be different degrees of pain, but the general consensus is that they actually do suffer. So what does that mean for fishing? Be kind, be humane, kill them as fast as possible. Don't rip them open and clean them while they're still alive. Try to be humane.
We do invite questions from anyone. If you have a question, you just send it to petvet@koamtv.com. Dr. Eva Dudek from the Parsons Pet Hospital answers a different question or brings us a fun fact every Wednesday on KOAM News at 5. You can also find answers to previous questions on our website. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. Look at these guys. From the Joplin Humane Society, we've chosen this 2 to 3-year-old male husky. The society says he sits and comes on command, mixes well with other dogs, needs plenty of daily exercise. His name is Duke. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, we've chosen this 9-month-old Eagle Coonhound mix. His name is Malcolm. If you're looking for a pet, check out your local Humane Society.
All right, weather-wise, it looks pretty good for the evening hours. Kind of chilly as we dip back into lower 40s. Now, we're going to make it an alert day tomorrow because we are going to have the gusty winds upwards of about 30 miles per hour, but the humidity is going to be super low, so you definitely don't want to burn. High temp is 70, 79 Friday. We may get a few showers in here on Saturday, especially our southern counties, but overall temperatures look pretty good over the next week or so.
It might not really be safe to burn for a long time.
We need some rain.
Yes, we do. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next, and of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.